What's up, all my camo grinders? So on today's video, we got submachine guns, right? And we got 6 submachine guns. I think it's the most guns in a class, maybe one more or just tied with assault rifles. I'm not really keeping count, but the first submachine gun we got today is the Striker, right? So the Striker, I think, is a well-balanced submachine gun. You know, you can make attachments better. When it comes to attachments, I would focus on honestly increasing the damage. The fire rate, you can't really change, but it's good. Recoil isn't too bad. It's a submachine gun anyways. You shouldn't be shooting that far that you need that crazy recoil. The mobility is good. Handling is good. I mean, think about it. It's a submachine gun. Like, how much better? I would slap on, when it comes to like barrels, I would slap on the Striker Recon long barrel. And then, get a muzzle that focuses on recoil control, a laser for the aim down sight. Maybe a rear grip that's more recoil, whatever, and then a throw in an optic, because the iron sight to me is a pain. I don't like the iron sight of any of the Strikers, but I've seen a lot of people on YouTube that just love it. They don't care. So, whatever you're comfortable with. But when it comes to the camos, the first camo, we got to get 50 kills with the Striker, right? Just get your 50 kills, level up your gun, slap on a little double XP, you're good to go. Now the second camo, 25 hipfire kills. You already know, once you get that attachment unlocked for the laser sight, just throw on the laser sight that focuses on I think it's the hipfire and tactical stance. And if it's visible at hip, who cares? Just throw it on, start doing your hipfire kills. Try to run Rustman, Meat 24/7, whatever small map you can. If you're trying to do this on Derail or Wasteland, you're wasting your time. So I wouldn't do that at all, but get hipfire kills. Then the next one, you have to get 10 kills while crouching or sliding. That's pretty easy. I mean, it's run and gun gameplay for these submachine guns, so you should be crouching and sliding for 90% of your kills anyways, because you're using a submachine gun. You're gonna get beat at mid-range most of the time with ARs, and you're gonna get beat long range with snipers ARs. So really, you should be doing close quarters combat. You should be getting in people's faces, bothering them. And then for the base camo, 15 kills, 15 kills on enemies affected by your tactical equipment. Now this one is by far the hardest base camo in all of MW3, I'll tell you for a fact. So for this, my advice, run a stun grenade, not a flash. The flashes sometimes do not work. You don't flash the people sometimes, it's awful. So I think you should just run stun grenades, and then from stun grenades, you use I think it's the engineer vest. Yeah, so you use the engineer vest, get double stuns, run a munitions box, right? Throw on your covert sneakers, and that's all you could do. Maybe get scavenger just so you could like re-up on the ammo while you're running around. But you need a munition so you can refill your stuns, and then you need to keep on getting double stuns. You don't need a lethal, but that challenge is the worst one. I would try to run like a shipment rust. I would run one of those and throw on a tac mask. Make sure you have a tac mask, because you're gonna stun yourself a lot, but you gotta like just stun yourself and take the enemy with you. That one is by far the worst camo, and the one people need a lot of help with. I mean, I struggled with it the most. The submachine guns was the hardest category for me so far. But for the gold challenge, it's kill 10 enemies without them damaging you. That's pretty simple. You could go into hardcore and just shoot first. You could get it done really fast. You could do it regular. I don't think this camo tracks correctly, because I've gotten shot a lot and it works fine. So, whatever, just go. You'll get it eventually, right? And then for forward, you got to get 3 kills without dying. Pretty simple. Throw on your covert slippers, That's what I call them, my covert slippers. Put ghost on so you're undetectable to UAVs. Run around the map and just go get 3 kills, whatever. If you're doing hardcore, just shoot first 3 times. Hardcore is the easiest way to get kills. I don't think you need it though. And then for priceless, 5 kills without dying 10 times. All right, just don't suck. Like, it just don't suck. And that's really it for the Striker. I would focus just increasing the damage on it. It's a pretty weak gun. My biggest gripe is that there's a lot of SMGs that are the same name, but on top of the SMGs being the same name, they're just weak. All of them are very insanely weak. They also don't have the greatest recoil control. The fire rate is absurdly fast, which is fine. It's an SMG. But the damage, sometimes I just get beat a lot by Ram 7s, MCWs, MTZs, DG56s. All those outbeat me in close range, medium, long, like any distance. I just get destroyed. But anyways, next you got the Wasp Storm, or the WSP Swarm, Storm, Warm, whatever. You know, you got your base camos, 50 kills. Go get the 50 kills. 25 hip fire, slap on the laser sight, you're good. 10 kills while crouching or sliding, you're good to go. If you have a double XP token and you level up your gun to get both of these camos done, you could do your hip fire and get your kills crouching and sliding at the same time pretty fast. I doubled up on some camos. And then, you know, you got your tactical. It's you know, run a small map, throw on tactical mask, get them stuns ready to go, you're good to go. Now, the gilded camo, it's the same for all SMGs. Get 10 kills without getting shot, you're good. You know, just go in, try to kill people from behind, whatever. The best part is that you don't need to do it in one life, so you're good. Then you got Forged. Now this one is rough. 10 hip fire kills while that enemy is affected by your tactical. I don't know, just increase the damage as much as you can, increase the magazine size, and every other attachment goes straight to hip fire accuracy. And you gotta run, slide, jump, get in people's faces, and throw your double tacks. Like, I don't know what to do. That one is pure luck. It's really hard. It's very frustrating. A lot of this is just patience. The camos are patience, because it doesn't, I don't think it really determines like how difficult it is based on your skill. I think it's more about just having patience and trying again. Now the priceless camo, get 10 double kills while on tac stance. That's pretty easy. Just slide with your tac stance. Make sure you throw down the attachments that help out the tac stance spread, which is the same as the hip fire laser, I think. And you're good. That one's fast. And then really that's it. Then we're on to the next submachine gun, the AMR9. This submachine gun, I don't even know why they call it a submachine gun. I think it sucks so much. The aim down sight speed is horrendous, right? I think that aim down sight speed is absolutely absurd. It's so bad. The ADS is really bad. But anyways, you know, I think this one might be one of the worst submachine guns. It moves like an AR, shoots like an airsoft gun, and it just sucks. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's a skill issue. You guys could determine that on your own. But, you know, you get 50 kills with the AMR9, you're good. 25 hip fire kills, slap on that laser, you're good. 10 kills while crouching, sliding, you already know. So then you got the 15 kills. That one is just, you just got to throw it down. You know, put down barrels. I would recommend on all the submachine guns, honestly, for the most part, just throw down a barrel that increases the damage significantly, because most of these camos you could get by doing hip fire and not even aiming. If you're getting in people's faces, just increase the damage so you don't have to shoot so much, right? You got your gilded camo, gold, whatever, 10 kills without the enemy damaging you. That's pretty simple. I would focus, since the aim down sight speed is god awful on the AMR9, I would focus more on increasing the damage and just recoil, because, you know, I played without a stock and it does not help it still. Like, it is so slow, and you just, unless you're laying down or you're pre-firing, you're kind of gonna lose all the time. It's the worst. I hate that. This gun is the worst SMG in the whole category. I cannot stand this SMG, right? But, you know, whatever. You got your gilded. Now Forged, 10 kills shortly after ADS. Okay, well, I know I said don't focus on ADS, but when it comes to this camo, you're gonna want to focus on ADS. I wouldn't focus too much on the damage. I would just try to get in their face, try to move around, slide, jump, strafe, you know. But I would take off the stock, put a laser sight, get a rear grip, and maybe like a muzzle or a barrel, and just focus on straight ADSing, because you need to get the kills fast. Because if people get a second longer than you, you're gonna take some damage and you're gonna die, because this gun doesn't do any damage. It's so bad. And then, you know, the next camo is the priceless, right? Get 10 kills while being out of the enemy's line of sight. Now this one, you could hop into hardcore, throw on the covert sneakers, slippers, whatever, and, you know, use ghost and just, you know, run on the side, get behind people, flank teams. This is where playing objective game modes comes into play, where, like, you know, if they're in the hard point, you know, just run around the backside of the hard point. Do the opposite of what your team does, right? Do not be with your teammates. Be the guy on the side of the map that everyone's like, what is he doing over there? Just go do that, because no one's gonna look at you, right? So that's the best ideology. Try to flank a lot, and you're gonna be by yourself a lot for that camo. Anyways, you're gonna need it. It sucks. So now we got the Wasp 9, right? Now another Wasp gun. In my opinion, I think the Wasp Swarm is the better submachine gun. This one is just like a more balanced one. You know, you want damage, recoil control, the fire rate's up there, handling's good. It's for a submachine gun, it's more of a balanced submachine gun, but I wouldn't say it's the best one. But it's not the worst one. The worst one we just did, the AMR9. That one's awful. So you got your camos. It's the same. 50 kills, you already know. 25 hipfire kills. 10 kills while crouching or sliding. Try to double up on those 2 camos. But, you know, I know the levels are very far apart, so you might not be able to do it. But, you know, crouching, sliding, you know, it's the same thing. Now, the 15 kills on operators, you just have to have a lot of patience on that camo. Like, it's just so bad. It's so hard. It's very frustrating because you can shoot people so much faster, but the fact that you gotta wait for your tactical to, like, explode, I guess, and you gotta get the hit marker to make sure you get it, it's just such a pain. I can't. I really can't. But then you got the gold, the 10 enemies while damaging you. You can hop into hardcore for any of the gold camos for submachine guns. So I'm gonna kind of skip over them. I'm not gonna go in depth. It's more the forge camos that are, you know, a pain. Get 10 kills while using a magnification scope attachment. So I don't know if this one is glitched or not, but I had a friend that told me that, you know, if you throw on a red dot, that counts as a scope. And the camo works. They might have patched it, they might have not. You can experiment if you want. So I think what you gotta do is just throw on a scope, throw on the damage, and increase the ADS, and just get in people's faces. But instead, you're gonna have to aim down sight because you gotta use the magnification scope. So you gotta be aiming down sight with it, which sucks because I thought it was just I still aimed down sight with it. My recoil was all over the place, but since I'm so in close range with these people, that, you know, the tracking really doesn't matter because I'm already shooting at their body. So I guess, I mean, it's only 10 kills, so it's not too bad. You could do it. Now the prices. Get 10 suppressed headshots. Whew, that one's rough. So it's annoying because you got to make sure you're accurate, but I would either use the Wasp Optac long barrel, right, increase the damage, or the Wasp Infiltrator integrated suppressor barrel, whatever it's called, because as long as you're undetectable by the radar, that's a suppressor. So you can use that, but then it takes away your muzzle attachment. So I don't know, it's up to you. I used the long barrel and then I added a suppressor just to increase the damage and the recoil and damage range. But you know, you could use the integrated suppressor. It's still suppressed, but then you're gonna have to increase your damage maybe through the ammunition, the different type, like the high grain rounds. High grain rounds are very good. You could use those. For other rounds, the only ones I would use is maybe like the high velocity or the overpressured, but that's really, yeah, maybe the high grain is the one that increases the most damage. Those are the best ones in my opinion. But that's the prices. 10 suppressed headshots. Anyways, the headshots, it doesn't take a lot. Now the Rival 9. The Rival 9 is my favorite SMG. The only issue I have is that the Rival 9 is my favorite SMG, but I am naturally just better with the striker. I have no idea why. I'm just better with the striker. But anyways, you know, we already talked about the striker in the beginning. So we got the Rival 9, right? I think it's one of the best submachine guns. It lacks in recoil and range, in my opinion. It just, the recoil is crazy, but you could make attachments to that if you look up any CDL classes, because the Rival 9 is the gun to use. You could see in all the attachments focus on recoil. It's going to help a lot of people out. You know, I would focus on really the range and the recoil for that gun, because the ADS is crazy. It's good. And if you have a perk, you throw on that perk, not quick grip gloves, let me see. You get assault gloves. You throw on assault gloves, your ADS is going to be crazy, hopping corners, turning on people. So, you know, that's an idea. Now the camos, you got the base camos, right? 50 kills, you already know, 25 hip fire, 10 kills while crouching sliding. And then you got the 15 kills operators affected by your tactical. That's every time I read an SMG and I read that 4th base camo, it hurts my head. It hurts my head. Whoever made this needs to stop. They need to stop making them. But that camo challenge is awful. Now, you know, the gilded, you get 10 kills while people damaging you. That's fine. Forge Forge is really where each gun has their own individual camo, and that's the one that you want to like focus on the most, I guess, or is like, because it's not the same. All these camos are repeated, you know, they're very repetitive. So you really just want to focus on the Forge, because that's where it's like an individual gun now. Now you got to focus and look at the tips and things like that. But for Forge, you get 10 kills shortly after ADSing. Like, that's the easiest a camo gets, especially for a submachine gun. You know, throw down a laser sight, get the recoil. It doesn't really matter. Focus. No, bro, if you want no stock, throw down a laser sight that focuses on ADS, a handle that focuses on ADS. Get those. It's literally 10, my bad. 10 kills shortly. So you just, it's like trying to quick scope in a way, but you know, just aim down sight, get it, and zoom out. You're good. Now prices, get 10 suppressed double kills. It's very fast. You gotta hope people are grouped up, throw on a suppressor. Here is where I would upgrade the barrel. I would change the attachment to the clear shot barrel, and then throw on a suppressor, just to increase the bullet velocity maybe. And then that's priceless right there. You get 10 suppressed double kills. You just go in, you got to take out like little flocks, little gangs of people. You know, this is where you got to push your spawn. You got to sneak around. This might be better on hardcore, just because, you know, killing 2 people is going to take a lot of bullets, and the magazine empties really fast with the rival line. So in my opinion, I would do this in hardcore just to get it over with. Double kills aren't that bad. But you know, now moving on, we got the Striker 9, right? So we got the Wasp Swarm that we finished, the Wasp 9 that we finished, and now we did the Striker, and now we're on to the Striker 9. I don't get the point of the double SMGs, but you know, it is what it is. I don't agree with it. Now the Striker 9 does more damage, has more range, but it has a slower fire rate than the Striker, and it has better recoil control. So when it comes to that, I would just focus. I mean, it's an SMG at the end of the day. I would still focus on the range maybe, and the damage. And you know, maybe, yeah, I would focus more on, yeah. When it comes to this gun, I would focus on that. I would focus on the range and damage, because you know, it still has the same handling and mobility as the Striker and other submachine guns. So I think it's just better if you just focus on the damage and range, because you're gonna get beat out in a lot of awkward places in the map. But when it comes to the camos, you know, you get your 50 kills, same thing, 25 hip fire, you already know. 10 kills while crouch or sliding, just hit your right stick, you're good. Then the 15 kills, that 4th base camo will probably be the worst camo in the submachine gun grind, and since there's so many submachine guns, it's very frustrating. So, you know, feel free to take a break and swap to another class or figure it out, or just get it done in one run. I got it done in days, but I didn't use any other guns. It was really bad for my health. That thing was awful. Now you got your Gilded, get 10 kills while enemies damaging you. You already know that one. And then Forge, get 15 long shot kills. This one, you are 110% going into hardcore. You're focusing on recoil. Maybe, bro, throw on, for me, I would throw on a thermal. I would throw on a thermal sight and just aim down sight wherever you go and just shoot first. You know, try to get in those long hallways. You know, some maps on the left side or right side have like a long hallway. I think Invasion does. You know, you get your long shot kills through there, and it's a submachine gun, so the long shot distance is different than an AR or a sniper or marksman. So I would focus on that, and you're gonna have to go into hardcore. There's no way. The submachine guns are too weak to get long shot kills, unless you're third party, and even then you're gonna get an assist. So for priceless, get 15 headshot kills while moving. This one's easy. Just strafe around, crouch, jump up and down, and get your 15 headshot kills. Aim for the head, don't suck. You know, like in my last video, just don't suck, and you'll get these camos done pretty fast. But as far as SMGs go, that is all the SMG camos. Now, generally, you just want to focus on recoil and damage, because the SMGs are just very weak. They're a weak class in my opinion. But overall, I would say the difficulty, just because of that base camo, and you know, you're gonna have to get some long shots in, and the way the SMGs are compared to the ARs, I would say a 7 out of 10 in difficulty, just because it's not really based on skill. It's just based on like how much patience do you have, especially with the tactical, that tactical challenge. The 4th base camo is awful. So I would say it's very difficult. Now, the gameplay provided, I'm not the best player in the world, but I use my 2 SMGs that are my favorite. The Striker, not the Striker 9, just the Striker and the Rival. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I know it's a little bit longer. There's a lot more submachine guns, a little more complicated than assault rifles. I appreciate you guys supporting me, and I'll see you in the next video.